Hello and welcome back to another video. Recently, I have been in a bit of a creative rut, so I haven't been out photographing a lot. But for the past few weeks, I have been doing some things which have helped me feel inspired again and have made me want to create some more work. So I thought I'd create a short video to tell you about some of these things that have helped me. And without taking up any more of your time, let's just get into it. And the first thing is thinking about photos in terms of projects. This is something that I do pretty much all of the time, whether I'm in a creative rut or not, and it's something that really helps me when I'm trying to get inspired about a photo idea. You don't necessarily have to think about this as if you are going to continue the project or not. You could just see a scene and think about how it connects to different things and how it creates a story. So for instance, this photo of the mineshaft can go from a quick snapshot of some nice light on the lift system to some sort of project about the mining culture in Cornwall. And then from there you can include some different subjects such as the miners themselves, the process of what happens to the ores as they are extracted from the ground, and even like the architecture and infrastructure of the surrounding areas as they were all built to basically like streamline and prioritize mining. So from just one photo, you can create a whole project about it, or you can just add more context to that one photo. And when you think like this without even taking a photo, whether that be going out without a camera or going with a camera, but you haven't taken a photo yet, this can really help you with some project ideas, or even just ideas in general about what to shoot. For instance, I have come up with this whole idea about a project that I have yet to even take a single photo for yet. But because I have thought about it in length, I am now feeling inspired to shoot, and I'm hoping to do so soon. However, thinking like this also can be a negative, as I have personally experienced feeling the need for every single photo to have, some deeper meaning or to be the potential for an upcoming project. And this sucks when you just want to take some photos of some nice things or your family and you feel the need for, there to be a deeper meaning or for it to become a project, and it's just really annoying when you think about it like that. But overall, this trick has benefited me massively, and I think it could help everyone else too, especially when you are feeling a bit down and you're not really sure about what to shoot. The second tip that I think could help people feel inspired to shoot again is to not be afraid to shoot close to home. Some people hear this and think that it's not possible for them because they live in a small town where not much is going on, and I say that excuse is really stupid as I live in a small town with barely anything going on. But there are definitely things you can photograph even in very dull places. For instance, I started my cats on film project because whenever I was going out for a walk, I'd notice a lot of cats, and it got me thinking about, why there are so many cats in this specific area of where I live, so I started photographing them and built up quite a nice portfolio. And it can be as simple as that, just taking photos of random cats. Or you could mix your other interests and hobbies with photography to try and make something there. It can really be as simple or as difficult as you want it to be. One of my favourite things is to photograph as close to home as I possibly can, and that is taking photos of my family. I love taking photos of my family, and I'm sure down the road in the years to come I will look back happily that I created some work around the people that are dear to me, rather than prioritising the most interesting thing around where I live. Obviously, being somewhere where there is a lot more going on means most of the time it's easier to take photos, but that doesn't mean that you should only take photos in those scenarios. Another tip which actually links to the last one is don't be afraid to take photos of the mundane. Many photographers in the past have photographed ordinary and mundane things which have eventually come together to create a wonderful portfolio. One that comes to mind right now is Niall McDiarmid, I think that's how you pronounce his name, but he has a project called Breakfast. If you couldn't already tell, that project is about his breakfast that he's had over a few years. What seems like such a boring idea has bloomed into a wonderful project that has produced some beautiful images. I can give my own example on this, as recently I have got a new job where all I'm doing is cleaning chalets at a holiday park, and it can be really boring and really gross. But one thing that I'm constantly thinking about when I'm working is how good of a project it would be, even though it's so mundane. The way the light hits the chalets at certain times of the day, or how the colours cohesively go together on my little cleaning cart would both make lovely photos. And I can imagine this project would be really fun to shoot and might even make my work more enjoyable. This is the project that I mentioned earlier that I haven't shot for yet, but I would really like to, and it really did just start from a nice bit of light coming through one of the chalet's windows, and from there it has turned into a really cool project idea just from something so mundane as a bit of light coming through a window. So once again, don't be afraid to shoot the mundane. The penultimate bit of advice isn't necessarily a specific way to help you shoot. It's more of just a bit of advice that could help with photography and projects in the long term. And that is to write any ideas that you have down, no matter how small they are. I have a list of photography projects in my notes app on my phone. It has maybe 15 to 20 different projects, and while I'm not able to do all of them right now, I can definitely do one or two. I thought of some of those projects years ago, but I'd never gotten around to photographing them. But having those projects written down has helped so much with creating work or helping me think of work to create. You can photograph the projects that you write down, or you can even just use them as building blocks for other projects. You can write down shoot locations and photo ideas, and that was something that was essential to me when I was creating my To Cornwall in an Instant zine. Writing down photo locations that would fit the zine and just photo ideas helped me create the zine in the limited time frame that I gave myself. And the best thing is, you can just look back on them whenever you're feeling uninspired, and you could instantly feel inspired again after remembering an idea that would be really good to shoot. This is one that I recommend to absolutely everyone, as it is just such a good idea whether you're in a creative rut or not. And the final tip is to take a break. I know that sounds counterproductive, but if you have tried those other ideas and ideas of your own and you're still not feeling inspired, then you should probably just take a break for a bit. You can't expect to be producing work all the time, and whether that break is a week or a month, you'll come back feeling so refreshed. Photography can be extremely challenging at times, and a lot of people will put their noses up that and just seeing it as just pressing a button, but it really can be challenging, and in those times you shouldn't punish yourself by forcing yourself to create work when you're feeling really uninspired. Anyway, that's the end of this video. I hope these pieces of advice have helped you or have inspired you in any way to go and shoot, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.